Hi, I'm Jake Rangel, and this is Jake Takes. For this edition of Jake Takes, we are going to be taking a look at Ben Earl's newest download called The Answer, available only at Vanishing Ink. Take a look.
From this point of you shuffling those cards completely, so you know that they're absolutely mixed, and everyone else knows that they're mixed, and give them a real thorough shuffle, cuts, overhand if you like, make sure it's messy and shuffled up so you know that there's no order. And I'm not going to use any sleight of hand or do anything funny, I'm just going to try and use principles of influence, but before we do that, I'm just going to take out some cards as a proof for later on.
Okay.
So that's important. I'm not going to do anything else funny, just remove a few cards. And this one here, okay? In fact, actually, let's get rid of this one. Take those, we'll come back to these later on. Pick those up and spread through them face up so you can see that they're all mixed. That's really important when you shuffle them, but you know they're all mixed. Sure. Now, if you looked long and hard enough, you'd be able to work out what was missing, okay? But I don't want you to do that. In fact, even though you've just looked at them, I want you to mix them again further. In fact, deal them face down onto the table and then shuffle and then deal and shuffle and exactly. So even you don't know the orders of those cards, okay? And you can do it in clumps to speed it up if you like. All right, and shuffle and mix, just so you know it's all mixed up.
Okay.
That is fair.
Yeah.
It's really fair. Pick them all up and cut about half onto the table and then put the other half on top at a weird angle. Okay, that's it. Now, I haven't touched those. You've done that whole last process yourself. And at this point, it would seem relatively disconnected from this pack over here. I mean, this happened at the beginning. This sequence of events has happened later, and you've done that all of yourself. For there to be a connection, there would have to be some kind of influence afoot. So, now do you remember how many cards are here? Did you notice?
There were 4 in the end, because you took one out.
That's way more than most people ever remember.
Thank you.
Most people go, oh, some, right? And then I can use a number of light quips, but you've got it exactly right. So there's 4, okay, exactly 4, but it's not about these 4. It's actually about the space in between. It's about the card that's missing directly from this point here, right? If we have a look, you've actually already defined what that card is without knowing about it. You've actually cut to a card. Now, in this case, we have a Queen of Spades. Obviously, if we'd have cut even 1 or 2 cards higher or lower, we would have had different cards. But in this case, you've identified this. And whether or not you really can influence someone, in this type of a context, you could answer that question very simply in this case by showing that, well, it must have happened in order for you to find the only missing card in a royal flush in spades.
Great.
That's the answer.
Thank you. Boom.
First things first. Do you have everything you need? Let me think. Yes. Was it what I thought it was? Yes. And no. The only required move in this trick was invented by Max Holden. In fact, it was one of the very first books I ever read for card magic, Card College Volume 1. It was a move I just simply overlooked. Angles. This trick is very angle proof. You can have it in the round. You just don't want anybody over your shoulder, because that's just creepy. This trick taught me a lot. It taught me that a simple card move can be used for such an awesome effect with the right psychology and wordplay. Kids my age really rush the effect for about 2 seconds or 3 seconds for videos. The problem with that is that people are only going to remember it for about 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Ben Earl gives you an effect people are going to talk about. People are going to remember you by for years to come. Ben Earl is one of the greatest card magicians across the pond. haven't seen his work, you should look him up. You would not be disappointed. Did it pass a Jake test? It did. This effect made my friends feel like I was in their head, like I was controlling their actions. And since it has a gambling thing to it, it looked like I was a master Russian gambler. Nit. I mean, check. You walk in here so aggressive like you own the place. I'm still up 20 grand. Price. It's $10. It's great. You're not just getting an effect. You're getting a whole routine. To wrap it all up, this has been one of my favorite effects all year. If you want me to review a trick, hit me up here or my Twitter account. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Jake Takes. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And make sure to check out Vanishing Ink with all the awesome products. That's all for today, folks. Have a magical life, and I'll see you next time. Hi, I'm Jake Takes. Bend or bend. He bends oars. Know that? Okay. Gives you an effect that make people